Yep, after all of that stress, after all of that avalanche of disaster, I was done. I quit. It was, you know, I had nothing left in me. And the next morning, 2 police officers showed up. It was raining, so they asked to come inside to talk to me, and they were asking me some questions. And I can't tell you the whole story yet because it is still ongoing. There was some, well, let me back up. I've had, because of YouTube, I guess I'm a public figure, as it were. People have called the cops on me before for just whatever stupid reasons. You know, they think I live in the middle of the city, and so, you know, my shower water going out to the gray water area is, you know, they're not cool with that. I don't have a flush toilet, so people call the cops on me for that. I don't drink my well water, so police have called the cops on me for that. I'm selling chickens, so people have called the police on me for that. And so they've been out here a few times on that kind of stuff, but it's usually the same guy. This time, these officers were from a different county, and they were, one of them was an investigator, and he gave me his card. But I have, unknowing to me, had been involved in some financial shenanigans. And it wasn't just me, there were 7 other people that this had happened to. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe like identity theft, kind of. But things were done in my name that I did not do. So yeah, that hit me the next morning, and you know, I found out I was in debt for something that I didn't take out a loan on, and you know, that was it. You know, it's like, holy cow, it can get worse. It really can get worse. So, you know, that was almost comic relief. So yeah, the cops showed up, and you know, just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. I wouldn't kind of a victim of a crime, and that's ongoing, so I don't want to go into detail on that, but that kind of snapped me out of it. And then I was able to get a hold of Monica and Papa Pepper and Greg, and that's when we made the arrangements for me to go up to Monica's house. And so, you know, that I needed that so much, so bad, to be around other good people that I could share these stories with, and look back and, you know, learn the lessons from them instead of just quitting. And so that was very helpful, and you saw that when we went up to process the chickens, and I just needed that. But yeah, the police officer showing up, it was like the comic relief. It was like, just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. And so that snapped me out of it, and hopefully it's gotten me back on track. So that's my story of the avalanche of disaster, and we will go from there.
This is where I have the trap set up. That's one of the giant piles of trash that's out here. And by giant, I do mean giant. But yeah, we're out here on the northern side of my property. Hey, cow! And as you can see, I've got a flock of chickens right here. And I did lose 2. I lost 2 chickens out of this flock, 2 of the production brown egg layers. And I believe that is where they were able to get into the coop. So, but I haven't had any problems since I got the Energizer, and I fixed up the coops a little bit, and you know, did rocks and stuff in the openings that were big enough. But yeah, I did lose 2 production brown egg layers from this flock. And I've got that's a boy. There's a boy over there in the door, and that's another boy. These are my 3rd generation olive eggers. Yeah, I've got 3 cockerels, and I will be testing them out to see what kind of egg color genetics they have. He's probably my favorite. Yeah, he's the biggest guy, And then that guy right there, he's probably my favorite as far as coloring. He's smaller though. And then the third guy is back up in case, you know, something like a raccoon were to get him. I've been talking so much, the battery died on the camera, so we've got a different angle now because I got it plugged right into the outlet. I hope that works. I don't think I've ever done this before. Once again, I'm lost and confused. But yeah, I'd given up. I did not see how I was going to make it work here. You know, and I'm living cheap as can be, but you know, if I can't pay the electric or the internet, that's not much of a, I wouldn't be having any fun. So what's my plan going forward? I'm still developing that. But once again, I want to say that getting together with Monica and Papa Pepper and Mama Pepper and the Little Peppers and Monster Truck and Chad and Greg, and I needed that day. You know, I needed to be around some good people, and it's just people helping each other out, and children learning things that I wish I had learned, if not at their age, well before my age now. And you know, they're doing it better than I could. So as I said in that video, you know, I'll have a lot of memories from the meals that were provided for me on that day. So I really needed that to kind of get me back on track. It was just, it was so comical when the police showed up. You know, it's, what else can go wrong? So, yeah. Oh, I lost another batch of white and true blue hatching eggs. I had 12 in my little small one, and it was time for lockdown. So anyway, I was taking. I only had 8 eggs in there, and so I was taking the eggs out so that I could put like a mat down for their hatching. And when I was getting the last egg out, I was putting them into an egg carton. And, so as I was getting the last one out, my elbow hit the egg carton and dropped the egg. So I lost all but one egg, and that baby chick did hatch. So I did get one white and true blue purebred chick out of that hatch. It's just, man, I've been having so many problems hatching those white and true blue purebreds. Oh. But I'm going to keep on going. I really got, you know, my only other option is living in a van down by the river. So, so I got to make this work somehow. And, yeah, let's go back to May. I had some people, see, I still haven't shown you, I got that other electrical line ran so that I had an air conditioner, and I just never finished that. I haven't had the time. You know, not making the money living on YouTube anymore, so every free second I have, I'm out, you know, trying to make 20 bucks here and there. And so I haven't gotten that finished. And you know, one thing that this made me realize is that you know, when a disaster like this happens, physically, I just I can't take it. I cannot rearrange all of my fencing in the matter of a couple days. I just physically cannot do that, especially when it's 101 degrees outside. And when, you know, a disaster like this happens, I can't handle it financially either. And so, you know, that was telling me that I can't do this anymore. But I can do it, you know. I have to focus. So I'm focusing on my chicken breeding operations. That can bring in income. Gardening is not going to be something that brings me in income. You know, if I had a huge garden where I could sell $200 worth of product every week, that would be worth it. But I don't have that in me to do both the gardening and the chickens. So that's going to make me reevaluate where I put my time and efforts and how I use my property. You know, I've got all this straw, old hay to lay down, and I had planned, that was something else bad that happened in the avalanches. I had
2 seed trays with a bunch of plants started in there. And yeah, during the course of this, I had them outside because I don't have any space in the tiny cabin anymore. And I don't know what knocked them over, but they got knocked over, and I lost all the plants that I was. And Drew was really looking forward to one of the things that I was going to grow out here, but those all got destroyed. So going forward, you know, I have to concentrate on the chicken breeding operation, and I've got 6 coops. I've got 2 brooders outside, so that's really 8 flocks I'm taking care of. And right now I have 4 batches of baby chicks inside the mobile home, and I can't put them all together because I got to be able to tell them apart. So that's 12 different flocks, so to speak, of chickens. That's 12 waterers every day, twice a day in the summer. I like giving them fresh, cooler water when it's so hot. So 12 waterers twice a day, and you know, 12 feed bowls or feeders every day. And that's, you know, some days, a lot of days, that's all I got in me is taking care of my chickens. And I need to stick with that because that can bring in the income. You know, 100 baby chicks, let's say $5 a piece. Well, you can do the math on that. 20 pullets, let's say $25 a piece. You can do the math on that. If I'm able to do that 7 or 8 months out of the year, well, I can stay here. I can keep my dream alive, and I can stay here. Right now, there's no way I can do that in the spring. I'm just not going to have the hens available to do that. So I'm reassessing that situation. I'm probably, you know, instead of 100 chicks, maybe I could do 50 a month. Yeah. So, yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to do. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to put my P.O. box and my PayPal, I'm going to start putting those up again, with the understanding that I don't need help. I can feed myself. I'm still paying my bills. That day may come this winter where I'm not able to do that, but you know, I could really use the help. What I started to talk about in May when we hooked up the air conditioner is Monica was behind this idea, and Greg also, was before this whole pandemic happened, was I was gonna get a porta potty here for a week, and we had you know, I was gifted the money for a dumpster, and hopefully I was gonna have a few $100 extra so that I could hire some youngsters from around here to help me fill the dumpster. And we were gonna have a volunteer work week. I was gonna invite people to come and help, and the goal of that would be to clear the junk and the trash around the mobile home and getting that prepared to remove the mobile home. But then also behind the mobile home to the north side of my property, there's an acre where they had just taken their trash bags out for, you know, 8 people and 50 dogs at one point, I'm told, were here. And they just took their trash bags and dumped them out there. And of course the bags disintegrate or they're ripped apart by raccoons, and so it's just strewn out all over the place. And then there are a few giant piles. So that was going to happen in May, but we had to cancel that because of the pandemic. And you know, me not having the extra income to hire people to do projects, that, you know, that's one of the big reasons why my YouTube revenue has gone down, is because I'm not getting much progress done. And you know, so that is what it is. But so yeah, so I'll put my PayPal and my P.O. box down there. As far as the P.O. box goes, I want to remind people I have a tiny cabin. Oh, and I'll put my Amazon wish list. I'll put that down there also. So as far as the wish list and the P.O. box goes, I've got a tiny cabin. I don't have a lot of room in there for non-essentials. I've got plenty of t-shirts. You know, so I'll have to go through the Amazon wish list to point that out. But it was something the Stivers said in one of their recent videos. Stivers Homestead. I don't know. Well, they've got 20,000. You guys probably already know them. But yeah, something they said in one of their recent videos, you know, I think most people are like me. You're just reluctant to ask for help. But it's receiving help is helpful to other people. And I'll put a link to their video. I already pointed. I'll put a link to their video where they talk about that. They explain it much better than me. But so yeah, who am I to get in the way of people that want to be helpful? And I want some help right now. I don't need it. I don't need the help. But getting me to my dreams next spring, I could use some more help. And I hate asking, because this cabin was a help. That was a huge help. And not only buying the cabin, but finishing out the cabin and getting the you know, electricity and the plumbing hooked up, and you know, that was a gift. And most of these chicken coops, that's because of your help, and the fencing that I have around the coops, and all of the views on YouTube that I was, you know, making you know, more than I needed last year. That's been a help. And so, you know, I feel bad that I'm not on top of my game right now, and that I you know, feel a little bit like a failure, you know, to myself and to everybody who's helped me this far. So I'm not giving up, though. I will get through it, and with your help, I will get through it and come out this time next year and hopefully be a semi-successful chicken breeder, and we'll go from there. I am not going to put comments. I'm going to turn the comments off on this one. You know, last thing I need to hear right now is I told you so's and a bunch of people telling me what I should be doing and this and that. So I'm just going to not put comments on. Yeah, and somebody will probably call the cops on me for that, but that's part of the YouTube life. It's you know, I guess you have to have a thick skin, and sometimes we all can't be that thick. So, alright, what else can I tell you? I don't know. There's probably 10 other bad things that happened during that stretch. But I'm going to live. I've still got my electricity turned on. You know, I've got 2 air conditioners going this summer. Oh my gosh, last summer was just miserable for the heat. The one air, and I didn't complain last year because I don't like complaining. I just spent like 2 hours on video complaining, but I usually don't like complaining. I usually like looking on the bright side. And see, that's how this all affected me. I'm not, and why I'm not doing videos is I'm not in the mood to do videos, and then when I do the videos and the files crash and I lose it, and it's just, oh man, it all piled up. But I'm looking on the bright side of life again. I got a big boost from my friends, and I'm going to keep going from here. So hopefully you're going to start seeing more videos from me that won't be like this. Hopefully I'll get more to my happy place, and I can show you the cats and the chickens, and you know, baby chicks are growing up, and you know, I can get back to my normal self. But I'm not going to try to spread myself too thin anymore. I'm not going to try to be a gardener and a chicken breeder at the same time. I'm not going to try to finish out the tiny cabin and breed chickens at the same time. I don't have it in me to do anything but try to make a living out here. So that's what my focus is, and it's probably going to hurt my YouTube channel, but yeah, I can't count on YouTube for a living. So I can bring you along. This is, you know, my life. I can bring you along on that, but it's mostly going to be chickens because that's where I can see the best chance of income for me. Okay, thanks for watching, if you made it this far, and I'll see you later. Take it easy, everybody.